Today is Wednesday. Hey, we're pretty smart. All right, today we got Benji. He's going to do most of the work. I'm just going to do the intro because nobody's any goofier than me. So Benji today is going to talk about thermoplastics, Fast-Shape, Wonderflex, Warbler, both colors. But he's only going to highlight it. Nothing special. He's going to show some things that can go wrong. But the reason why is because we do have a workshop on Saturday, and I think we have 3 slots left.
3, yes.
3. So if you like what you see, call, write, email, whatever, fill it up. The reason why I'm holding this is because Saturday afternoon, Victoria from Hot Wire Foam Factory will be in the building talking about her stuff, probably clowning around with her tools, showing people how to do things with foam. So that's why I'm holding this. I can't think of anything else that I need to say, so I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna hand it over to you.
All right.
And away I go.
So today I'm just going to show you some things that you should not do with Wonderflex, Warbler, Fast-Shape, Transpart, which is the clear Warbler, or Thermoplastic. So basically, with a lot of these things, they're all going to be heat formable with a gun or water or steam. So I'm going to show you the things you should not do with these materials in order not to mess up your project or your next project. A lot of these things I'll go over in the class on Saturday, but if you want more information about how to use these products, you'll have to come to the class. We've got 3 slots open, so make sure to go to the website and sign up before they're gone. So we'll start off with Fast-Shape. This is the one that messes up the easiest. A lot of times you're going to use a steamer with this, but in this case I'm going to show you what happens when you put a heat gun to it. So if you heat this too much, you will burn a hole in it. And unless that's the effect you're going for, then you've ruined your piece of Fast-Shape. Now that happened because of extreme conditions like me putting the gun straight to it on high heat. You can of course use a heat gun with this, but it will shrink it up a lot faster. This does shrink, so be mindful of that on your next project. So Fast-Shape, you'll burn a hole through it. Wonderflex, if you heat this too much, it's not really going to matter if you heat it too much. It can get a little bit melty, but I'll show you what happens when you overheat it. Basically what happens with this is it just kind of gets really kind of floppy. It'll get really hot too. You don't want to touch this after you've overheated it too much. The other thing with Wonderflex that you'll want to be mindful of is you don't want to stretch it, because it does not stretch like Warbler. When you stretch this, it tends to tear. So you can see the tear there. Also, the other thing you want to be mindful of not to do with Wonderflex is, and this would be the same thing with Warbler or the new Warbler Black. You're not going to want to stick your pieces together if you're not sure of where they need to go together. Because once you stick these 2 pieces together, it's a lot harder to get a nice surface. So you can probably see this. It gets really kind of pulled up, and you can even tear holes into this if it cools down too far. These once you kind of bond them together, they're going to become one piece. So once you go to try to, if you need to move it over or something like that, it's a lot harder. You can do it very carefully, but your surfaces become really messed up and you get a lot of beating up. So if you're trying to paint this or you need to stick it somewhere else, it's not going to stick quite as well the second time around. Then as far as like for Warbler, it's the same thing. You're not going to want to overheat it. If you do heat this, and we're going to go to the extreme with this piece. I'm just going to lay it here and hold the heat gun on it and see what happens. These are things you don't want to do with these materials because the heat will eventually damage them, and then you've wasted money. So we're going to see what happens when I heat this to the extreme, basically. It changes its texture, it changes its makeup a lot when you heat it too much. And you can see, because I overheated that, now it's melted to whatever surface it was on, because you're not going to be melting that in your hands. But you can see it also makes it really crumbly, so it becomes almost unusable as a sheet. But the great thing about Worbla is that you can then kind of mix it back together and make clay. So, but you can see this is very overheated and very stuck to whatever surface it was on. So you're not going to want to, heat that up to that point, or you've basically ruined that piece as it is. So as clay, it works a little bit better once you've kind of heated it up that way. So if you need something that's more of a clay consistency, then overheating it will work. And then as far as transport, I'm not going to heat this up because I don't like the smell of it. When you overheat this, you're going to get very bad fumes and very bad smell out of this, so do not overheat this at all. And then friendly plastic, of course this goes in boiling water, but if you use a heat gun to heat this up, you're going to make a mess. So I would recommend not doing that, but I'm going to show you what happens when we do. Oh, see, that's why you don't do it with a heat gun. And we'll just make a little pile here and try that again. See? Doesn't work. So heat that in water. Alright, so those are the things you should not do with these products, and we will see you Saturday, the 23rd. The class is $25. It starts at 10 a.m. and will end around noon, between noon and 1 typically. We go over all the aspects of the different materials, how to make templates for pieces of armor or suits, or if you have any kind of special needs, we can go over questions during the class that will cover whatever you're looking to do with these products. And we'll also go over the all-new Worbla Black, which is basically the same thing as the old Worbla. There's a few new things about it, so we'll talk about those in the class, and we'll see you Saturday.